T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Hello everybody, welcome to Elite Wine TV. I am your host, Mark Fusco, here for another episode of the show. And so we got another one of these wine labels or names that is fairly well known. All right. Again, like I said, I try not to pick these out necessarily because it's the wines that everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people know the name. They probably drink a lot, and I usually try to get the ones that are maybe more under the radar. Ones I've never heard of, because that's the ones I want to try. Not that I've ever had this wine. I've never had it. I've never had the Coppola wine that we had the other day. But so I drink these also because I've never had them. I like to taste them. But this is a name I keep seeing crop up all the time, and it's no wonder because I mean the thing's been around for 120 some odd years. All right. So this is the 2006 Simi Zinfandel. It's from Sonoma County. That's the AVA it's from. And those of you that are watching Sommelier School, we've probably talked about this already, so I don't think it'll be on the second lesson. Though, let's see, this is Wednesday's, Wednesday, Friday. This is Monday's show, right? Yeah. So if it's on the second lesson, it'll be on this week's lesson. But I think I'm doing Sonoma County, or did it already. I don't know. Anyway. So Simi has been around for a very long time. We'll kind of go through that in a little bit. $8.97 at World Market. And so this is part of the World Market group of wines that I bought. And it's Zinfandel, which, if you've been watching this for a while, you occasionally have heard me say that it is my favorite varietal. Which is probably why I like that Coppola Rosso, because it was mostly Zin. And I'm liking this one too. Okay, so if you remember on Friday's wine, I mentioned something about plums, right? That the winemaker said they had plums in it. This is the aromas? No, I think it was the flavors. No, it was the aromas. All right, so the bouquet. They said their bouquet had plums. I didn't smell the plums in that one. I smell plums in this one. A lot of sweetness, very plums and actually just kind of raisiny type stuff, almost port wine type stuff, which leads me to believe that this may have a fairly high alcohol content. So, no, it doesn't. All right, actually, it's surprised for a Zinfandel is very low, 13.5. I'm used to seeing 15% for Zins. So, but there's definitely a sweetness to it. A raisiny type of plum, and some chocolate. And now I'm getting like hints of dust. Really liking this so far. Yep. All right, so let's see how it tastes. I'm also smelling a little bit of heat, but you know, whatever. One more. Pleasant. Doesn't kill you. It doesn't really attack your mouth with tannins. You get a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of heat from it. Again, I was, I smelled a little bit. I was actually thinking that it was going to be a little bit higher alcohol content. So if it's this low, especially for a Zin, and I'm kind of tasting the heat, it means it's not balanced enough. It's not being contained enough, at least not for my palate. But I get a lot of the sameness from the bouquet I get on the palate. I'm getting a little bit of sweetness. The raisiny plum qualities aren't as noticeable. They're there, a little bit more subtle. Getting the hints of chocolate, and it felt, I hate to say the word, felt watery at first, but it felt cool. Like the initial attack, there wasn't much flavor to it. It was just, it felt like there was a cool liquid, okay, at the very beginning. So it could have been anything. It could have been water. It could have been just grape juice. It could have been whatever. And this is room temperature. This isn't stored cold. The initial attack was just kind of a cool, refreshing part, which typically turns me off initially with a wine, because I shouldn't be just tasting nothingness and just feeling the sensation of liquid in my mouth. I should be getting those flavors. But it was like that brief, like half second, that's what I got, and then I started getting the flavors. But there's a bit of thinness to it. It doesn't feel like there's really that much hitting me. I feel like I've bit into these fruits and I'm getting the juice from that, but not a lot of the flavors. Does that make sense? I like it. I don't like it as much as the Friday's wine, and they're basically the same price. If I had to choose one or the other, I'd choose the Coppola over this one. But if I had never had the Coppola, I would still like this. I just wouldn't be as excited about it, even whether I've had the Coppola or not. So there wasn't much spice in there. Now I'm going to read this to the back real quick. It says something like fresh and fruit-forward version of with fresh berry flavors and a kick of black pepper spice. I don't get any black pepper at all. Really don't. Full of flavor and definitely balanced. I don't think, no. You know, it would probably pair well with food. I mean, you could drink this on its own. It's not going to overwhelm you. It's not going to kick you in the butt. But I think if you had some food with it, I think the wine would come across a lot better. It's not going to overpower the food, that's for sure. It's not going to be what you remember about the meal. It's going to be something that is going to probably complement something. They talk about barbecue, pizza. That's probably, I would say, pizzas, maybe some pasta, but not with heavy red sauce, with lighter red sauce. If you put barbecue with it, it can't be really spicy barbecue, because it's not, I mean, maybe it would help out because it's not, I don't know. I think with food it would do better. I think it would actually do better with maybe more of a meat and cheese tray. But again, it's going to complement the food, but it's not going to really complement. The wine will get better, I think, with the food, but the food's still going to outshine the wine. With that said, I don't think it's bad, so I think it's an 85. I mean, I think I'm being overly critical with it, even though it's, it's not, to me, it's an 85 point wine. I think it's still very good. I think it's tasty, and all that. So quickly, it's going to go through. So let's go through Simi here. This winery started in 1876 in Sonoma County. It's the vineyards that they get the wines from. Initially, everything was from the Alexander Valley, which is its own AVA within Sonoma County, and then the Russian River Valley they acquired later, and that's where they get all their Chardonnay. At least that's what the website says. They're located in a town called Healdsburg, California, which in doing my research for the California stuff for sommelier school, that town definitely comes up a lot. So it's they've been making wine in Sonoma County, as you can tell, for a very long time. Sonoma County actually produces more wine than Napa. Napa just is more well known. It just they became more famous. But Sonoma makes a lot of good wine. The breakdown is 76 Zin, 24% Petite Syrah, which the thing is, Petite Syrah, from what I understand, is supposed to help you with the body of the wine, and I don't think it did here. And it's just barely enough to call it a Zinfandel, because it has to be at least 75% to be called the Zinfandel. So, I don't know, maybe that Petite Syrah is watering it down too much. I don't know, or maybe, whatever. Maybe it needs more Petite Syrah. It's aged for 8 months in oak. 11% of that is New French, and 7% is New American, so 18% is New Oak. And that's going to do it. As always, friend me up. You can buy, keep trying to do the t-shirt. It doesn't say 1337 wine on it, but got the swag. Friend me up on Twitter, Facebook, iTunes. If you see a cool ad somewhere, maybe you want to check out that product. You know, man, Think Geek, come on, it's right up here. Well, if this is the top video, it's right up here. And there's some other stuff on the sides. So check it out, and we'll see everybody again next time.